And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. A lot of football to get to. We begin with the Georgia Southern Eagles, and unfortunately, the Eagles continue to hit the road, and the road keeps hitting back. Georgia Southern now 1-4 on the season, on the road, and they are 5-0 at home. So the good news for the Eagles, they return home this week. The bad news is they lost to Marshall this past week, and it dealt their chances of representing the East in the Sun Belt Championship a little bit of a blow. They're still mathematically in it. They have to win against Old Dominion and then on the road at Appalachian State to close the season. Hope they get some help from James Madison along the way. We'll hear from head coach Clay Helton and some of the players as the Eagles hope to bounce back at Paulson Stadium for senior night coming up here Saturday evening. As for our area high school, some very exciting news. The Statesboro Blue Devils and the Portal Panthers both on to round 2. For the Blue Devils, it was quite an upset. They beat Jenkins to capture the number 3 seed at the end of the season, and then they scored 49 points, the most they've scored all season, as they knocked off Tucker on the road, the 3 seed against the 2 seed. Now next up for Statesboro, they'll be taking on number 1 seed Harris County coming up Friday on the road. As for the Portal Panthers, they were able to pick up their first state playoff victory since 2005 as they won at home, opening up the state playoffs against Turner County. Up next, they'll be home this week as they will be hosting Telfair County. We'll also talk to Bulloch Academy head coach Aaron Phillips and some of his players as the Gators earned a first-round bye in the GIAA playoffs. And next up, they'll be hosting George Walton coming up Friday night over at Gator Alley. So we've got a full slate for you coming up. Stay with us on Upon Further Review. Reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888. or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. Cook's Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bulloch County area since 2005, McCook's Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCook's Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCook's Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. Eagles' spirit and style are a priority around here, and that's why the University Store, the official outfitter of Georgia Southern, offers everything you need to be game day ready. The University Store carries the largest inventory of licensed Georgia Southern apparel, accessories, and spirited merchandise. Show your spirit with tents, flags, and chairs. Show your style with polos, hats, dresses, and jerseys. Visit us in-store at our stadium shops or online at gsustore.com. Show your spirit from tailgate to touchdown with the University Store today. Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles once again falling on the road, this time at previously 4-win Marshall. Marshall now one step closer to being bowl eligible. The Eagles need to get things in gear in order to try to close out the season strong. They've got Old Dominion as they wrap up the home schedule here coming up Saturday evening at Paulson Stadium. We had a chance to talk with head coach Clay Helton and a couple of the players about what they think about this week's matchup.
I thought they poured a lot into the Marshall game, both in preparation, and I thought they did a really nice job during that game with their focus, their passion, their energy on a very emotional night, being Memorial Weekend at a very tough place to play, and just fell short a couple plays in a really good college football game. You could see what a healthy Ali does for Marshall in their running game. You could see it, how he had some explosive runs versus App State, and you knew he was getting healthy, and he played really well that night. We weren't hitting on all cylinders in the red zone, and we've been able to put points on the board. You put 33 up against a good defense. It was one of those nights you needed more, and we needed to be better in the red zone. 31 points given up off 5 plays. And that's what was, I think, disappointing for all of us as a team, as coaches, as players, is we put ourselves in position to win a game. And I think if one of those plays, whether it's the 2 glance routes that all of a sudden the corner falls off, the safety doesn't make the tackle, and it creates 10 points there, whether it's the 2 wildcat plays, that was the first time that they had shown that with a healthy Ali not fitting that correctly and it made 2 explosive plays, or whether it's the 1 kickoff return for a touchdown, which we've had great coverage units. That was 31 points. 31 points off of 5 plays, that if one of those plays come back, you probably win the football game. Obviously, big game coming up for us versus ODU. A lot on the line, trying to go 1-0 this week, both for postseason play as well as conference standing. So we got a lot ahead of us. We're glad to be back at home at Paulson Stadium and looking forward to a great crowd on senior night. This is a huge game for several reasons. Personally, it's senior night, and there's 26 individuals that have given blood, sweat, tears, and all their heart to improving this program. And there is kids in here that I truly appreciate, those 26 young men that accepted us as a coaching staff coming in 2 years ago, have helped us to back-to-back postseason plays, have really built relationships with not only us but our families. It's an emotional night. It's also very important for the conference. When you look at where we are right now, we don't control our destiny right now, but we got a job to do, and that's to go 2-0 and then be fans of JMU against Coastal.
Pretty much, I feel like we just got to just take advantage of when we have the opportunities. Like every opportunity, like instead of sending our punt team out there, we got to stay on and still get points, right, as a field goal or not, when we in the red zone, just being more efficient. I'd say it's bittersweet, starting here in 2019, I loved it, still do, so I'm gonna miss it for sure, but like, when I'm there, I'm gonna just give it my all. It's something special, to even say that we could be in the championship. It's something special to say that we can win out and, do extraordinary things. It's also a testimony to Coach Helton and Coach Ellis, about the hard work that they put into the offense. And then Coach Helton, as a head coach, just put it into us and feeding us the right positive energy.
Like you said, they have some very good players as well. The quarterback does a good job taking a lot of deep shots. And they have a great running game with a couple of good running backs. They have a lot of good speed, have had a lot of long runs this year. So we just got to do a good job just containing them. Like I said, fundamentals and gap fits and tackling well. You just have to do a good job understanding what each back does differently. Like one back may be a bruiser, a downhill running back. The other one might be a quick one that's very fast and elusive. So throughout the week, we have to do a good job scouting them, understanding what everybody's strength is, and then going off of that. Being back on senior night is going to be very electric. I know Eagle Nation's going to be out packing the whole stadium, so it'll be fun to go out there one more time and go out there and get a win for them. So that'll be fun.
And once again, that'll be a 6 o'clock kickoff at Paulson Stadium. Stay with us. Up next, we'll hear from Matt Dobson and a couple of the Statesboro High Blue Devil football players. There's a time for playing it safe and a time for Whiskey Business. Located on the corner of Highway 80 and East Main Street, Whiskey Business has one of the largest selections of bourbons as well as an allocated selection of bourbons and top shelf liquors. Featuring the coldest walk-in beer cave around, a great selection of IPA and craft beers as well as domestics. They also sell ice, mixers, champagne, wine with all your favorite brands. Whiskey Business also has a fully stocked cigar room with humidors, cigar cutters, torches, and other accessories featuring brands like Man O' War, Buffalo Trace, Macanudo, and Rocky Patel. Open Monday through Wednesday, 9 to 9 p.m., Thursday through Saturday, 9 till 10 p.m. Stop by and see them today.
Davis, you're in. You tired of being on the sidelines? Let's get you in the game. GATA, get after those assets.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agents can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price.
Call State Farm agent Matthew Tyson in Statesboro today.
Well, a big victory for the Statesboro Blue Devils as they continue their dominance over the Tucker Tigers. On the road, they knocked off Tucker by a score of 49-27 and picked up their first state playoff win since 2013. 49 points, the biggest offensive output for the Blue Devils this season. In the past 2 games, they scored 35 against Jenkins and 49 against Tucker. We had a chance to talk with head coach Matt Dobson and a couple of the players as they get set for another uphill battle, this time at number 1 seed Harris County.
The message to our team all week, it's been this way for a couple weeks, is that nobody else matters except the people in that locker room, coaches, players, and the people involved in our program. Don't listen to the outside noise, and that's a big message again this week. Is everybody doubted us, and now you got some people trying to sing our praises, and still don't listen to the outside noise. Focus on us. We've had 2 of our best weeks of practice and preparation, doing all the little things right the last couple of weeks, and we need to match that this week as we continue in the playoffs. I think the offensive line has been the biggest group that's improved. They're moving people, they're being physical, getting to the right spots, and then we've got some guys who, Cam Michael right now, he doesn't want to be done playing high school football. And for the last 2 games, he's kind of taking them over offensively. He's running the football with tremendous effort and tremendous passion. He's been a leader for us offensively. He's hit the big plays that have sparked us through the air and on the ground, and so just can't say enough. He obviously couldn't do it without that offensive line, but he's kind of willing our team right now with his want to. I've coached against Coach Watson's teams when he had his old school at Lambert. They were in our region for a couple years up there. They're going to be a physical football team. You turn on the tape, they're physical, they run well, and they're just sound in what they do. They're nothing, it's not going to look fancy what they're going to do. They're going to run the football and be physical doing it. They're going to try to stop the run on defense and hit you. And so I think there's a lot of similarities between our football teams, between them and us, and what they're trying to do. And so there's going to be nothing fancy about the game Friday night. It's going to be who can run the football, who can be more physical, who eliminates the turnovers, and who plays better in special teams. But there's nothing fancy about it. It's going to be who can be more physical.
We're feeling good about it, and all the people that doubted us, I don't know why they doubted us, because we went out there and showed our best and love and toughness. We're playing more like a team and stuff, and we're actually we're actually under control and stuff. I'm feeling good. I've been watching a little bit of film on their running backs and how they run and the wing tees and stuff like that.
So of course everybody was stoked. It's a huge win, first time in 10 years that we've won a playoff game, but Coach Dobson always used to preach just good, the word good. And I think we didn't really pay attention to the outside sources. We kept our head down, we really grinded. And then, good enough, we were able to pull out that win. It was a big win. O-line up front, blocking, execution in the run game. Whenever we get that run game down, it really opens up some deep shots for us, and it opens up our explosiveness plays. So it really allows us to put up good points. We're just going to keep our head down and keep grinding, man. We know we're the underdogs. We got to find a way. It's the playoffs. There's always a way to win. So that's what we're going to do.
And stay with us. Coming up next, we'll hear from Bulloch Academy head coach Aaron Phillips and a couple of his players. The Southeast Bulloch segment is brought to you in part thanks to Bulloch County Farm Bureau, reminding you that September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. The Bulloch County Farm Bureau on Northside Drive is a multi-line insurance agent writing farm, auto, homeowners, life, health insurance, and more. Nick Sherrod and the other 5 local agents are on standby for your convenience for in-depth insurance review. And while you're there, check out the products from local farmers. Located at 940 Northside Drive, stop by and see them today. Fall is here, and we've got you covered at RJ Pope's. Cheer on your favorite team with performance polos and jackets from Peter Millar and Gentile, as well as Southern Tide and AFCO. For ladies, they have the latest trends and fashions, including men's and women's jackets from Patagonia and Barber. RJ Pope's has a wide variety of on-cloud shoes for men and women, and a great selection of hats and caps. Shop one of their 3 locations, RJ Pope's downtown, Buckhead Plaza, and Vidalia. The Bulloch Academy segment is brought to you in part thanks to Floors Outlet of Statesboro, located on Northside Drive. Come by and visit Mo for all your floor covering needs. Well, the Bulloch Academy Gators had earned themselves an opportunity to have a bye week last week, heal up some players, and be 100% healthy as they enter the second round of the GIAA playoffs. They'll be hosting George Walton coming up Friday night at Gator Alley. We had a chance to talk with head coach Aaron Phillips and a couple of the Gator players about what they expect and how they feel about coming off that bye week.
It's kind of a double-edged sword. You know, having a bye week and you're facing an opponent that had to have a game. Well, that opponent can't prepare for you. Well, you can't really prepare either because you don't know which one you're going to play. So we had to, we took kind of things that were similar that both teams did and kind of worked on that. We kind of really worked on what we, things that we wanted to clean up, we wanted to do last week. It afforded us the opportunity to get a couple kids back. So, hopefully Friday, knock on wood, we're going to go into a game with every player dressed, every player available. So, in that aspect, yes, it's very big, like I said, a double-edged sword. You're sitting there kind of idle. You really don't know who you're going to play, and then on the other side, no one can prepare for you for 2 weeks. Having a bye week and you know who your opponent is and they know who you are, you can get some crazy things in 2 weeks. People can change a lot of things in 2 weeks, and hopefully with just them only having basically 3.5 days to prepare for you, you're gonna get what you saw on film, and what we do, it's challenging anyway. So hopefully in that aspect, it's gonna help us out. They're a lot like Frederica. They want to run the football. They're decent sized up front on both sides of the ball. They got some good skill guys. They do a lot of shotgun, single wing concept. Some wing T stuff thrown in there. They like double tight end. They want to run the football. So it'll be a short game. If they get into a shootout where they got to throw the football, that's not what they want to do, and that's ultimately that's not what we want to do either. So, possessions are going to come at a premium. You got to make them count. You got to be able to tackle well, and not let them have an explosive play. Make them, if they are going to drive the field, make them, take 13, 14 plays and have to drive the field and try to hold on to the football and win the turnover battle. Anytime you can get on the plus side of the turnover battle and win a couple of extra free possessions, it puts you in a great chance to be successful.
We're feeling good. I went and watched George Walton this weekend, actually. They had a beautiful facility, and they had a great team. They play hard-nosed football. That's what we love. Hopefully we can do it back. They do a lot of double teams, and as long as we play hard-nosed back, we'll be fine. Exciting. Bringing something new. We haven't been 10-0 since, I think they said, 1979. Bringing some more. Hopefully getting another banner put up in the gym. We'll see.
I think it was great. We played about, 5 games straight with no break, and we had a couple kids injured. It's good to have that rest week, get them back, and, after last week, I'm feeling pretty good about this week. They like to run the ball, like you said. We haven't faced a team who didn't, really. They look like Frederica. We did pretty good against them, and I'm looking forward. I feel like we're going to have a good week. We're feeling amped up. We haven't done this in a while. Been quite a long time, and I feel like we're bringing football back to BA.
As for the Portal Panthers, they are set for round 2 after knocking off Turner County this past week, and now they'll be hosting Telfair County coming up. They are the number 2 seed as they come into Portal for a 7:30 kickoff at the Portal Athletic Complex. Should be a rocking crowd once again. Before we go, we want to take you back to, speaking of some football, the flag football style of things. And while things are new for the Portal and Statesboro to have won a state playoff game, it's nothing new for the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jacket flag football team, who have now surpassed 50 straight victories in their 2 state championship runs. Plus, this season, we had a chance to go out for a jamboree recently that they were hosting, and had a chance to talk with head coach Marcy Cochran about how the Yellow Jackets are trying to stay undefeated and keep that streak rolling.
Yeah, today we have some really good teams in the state here on our side of the bracket, or in our division, and we were trying to get a gut check today to see how good we could really be and what we need to prove on for the state tournament game. And so far, our girls have dug down and gone through some adversity, especially this last game, and showed us they are here to play.
I know the streak is something that all of you take pride in, and it seems to be the motivational factor in a lot of these games, because it will be easy to say, well, we lost one.
Yeah, these girls are super excited about the streak that we've created and they've been a part of, and to continue the streak is very important for them, and they whatever it takes to win, just running people down, pulling flags, even when they don't have any energy left, they're doing it just to continue it.
You can tell at the end of these games when it gets close that it matters a lot, because there were some big plays there at the end, and it seemed like it mattered to the girls.
Yeah, it matters a lot. I mean, you can look at their faces and just, they're really tired, and they're just digging down, finding every inch of energy to finish the game right now. And they did whatever it took, and they're over there, crying and everything. They're just so excited they won to continue it, so it's great. To play 4 games is tough when you play Long County and Calvary and Oconee, and then coming back to play Lowndes in just a minute is really tough, and it's hot out here today, so it's taking a lot of our energy. But somehow, some way, we got to dig down and find a little bit for this last game.
How do you feel like the girls have played, not just in this, but just up to this point in the season, considering the seniors you lost? Wow.
Yeah, considering everybody we lost and Addie being out right now, we have played really well. We've had a lot of girls step up. We got all of our team here now because softball and volleyball are finished, so we're starting to click a little bit, and this tournament's been great because everybody's here and we're getting to see what we have on the field.
And that'll wrap it up for this week's show. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.